Hello everyone, it's Billy in the arena, day 15. 15 days in. I'm back from Sparkling Hill. It was the most enjoyable weekend I've had in a very, 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 very long time. Just to relax and connect and bring it back down and rejuvenate and just be with me and myself and nothing else in the external world that is bogging me down. Hi Carla. So as soon as I just got home, cuddled with my kids for a few minutes, and I'm like, I'm gonna do my video quickly so I can spend the rest of the evening with them since I've been away all weekend. So instantaneously I'm like, what oil am I drawn to? And it was turmeric, of all things, which is weird because turmeric is not like, I mean, I take it every day, but it's not an oil I'm like, oh, I need some turmeric today. It smells very strong. I'm Indian, East Indian, so you know this oil. I'm used to the smell of turmeric quite a bit in curry, but this one's very different. It's very like smoky, but yeah. So I turned to my trusty book, and believe it or not, bang on, because turmeric is the oil of restoration, and what I have been doing all weekend is restoring, and it just again boggles my mind how my intuition just kind of focuses on something that really I need. But turmeric repairs individuals physically, mentally, and emotionally, and boy did I do a lot of that this weekend. Physically, just resting, not running around. Mentally, just because I checked out of work and life and social media as much as I could, but just I didn't do any work this weekend. I mean, it was kind of work because we were doing collaborations and we came up with some great ideas, so that part of it was work, but it was fun kind of work because it wasn't going down. It wasn't the grit and the glory, that kind of stuff. And then emotionally, holy smokes, letting go of a lot of stuff and just letting go of, a lot of personal things that we go through, and just connecting with like literally 20 of the top leaders on a trip that was just so heart opening for me. So yeah, so turmeric has the powerful properties that reach into damaged or blocked aspects of the self to restore what has been temporarily lost. And I don't know if you ever feel lost. Like sometimes I just feel like I lose myself. I forget who Billy is and I forget what my purpose is and what am I doing this all for. So this kind of brings it back down to that. Turmeric is a powerful antidote for those who feel paralyzed by the inherent dangers of life or by a loss of function or freedom they once took for granted. And sometimes I think back, I'm like, before, when I was single, like life was very simple because you only had to worry about yourself. And then you get married and then you have kids and then you're like, oh my God, these little people are counting on me to keep them alive, basically. And like that comes with a lot of pressure and a lot of, everything. It is particularly beneficial when one feels weighed down due to personal tragedies or loss of confidence in their abilities. Turmeric offers strength and hope to ground individuals during times of upheaval or significant change. And there's an upheaval happening. I talked to someone this weekend about like how the energy is, like the overall energy of the universe is just kind of raising, and especially women are starting to kind of like live at a higher frequency, which is why there's a lot of women, just like women empowerment. I don't know if it's just me because I'm kind of feeling it, but there's a lot of that happening. So that is just something that really was opening for me because again, all the signs just keep leading me to, hi Polita, to the path that I'm on. Nothing is like, there's no doubt and like, am I doing the right thing? I mean, that little voice comes in here and there, and that's the voice of fear. But when I think of it from my heart, what feels right, and this is where it feels, and that's why I'm part of the reason I'm doing this challenge is to really operate from a place of, oh, you like my wine? yeah, some of it I couldn't finish, believe it or not. I didn't spend enough time in my tub. I was spending time in the spa, and we couldn't take drinks in there. But yeah, coming back to the living from a place of love and not fear, which is mostly up here. But yeah, so I just wanted to jump on here quickly because, like I said, I want to go spend some more time with my kids before they go to sleep because I haven't seen them in 3 days. But turmeric, the oil of restoration, and you know what? I highly recommend Sparkling Hill if no one's ever been there. It's like beyond stunning. It's even better when you don't pay for it and it's free. We worked for it, but it was a nice reward. And yeah, just take some time to really, and this self-care theme has been coming up for me quite a bit spend time for yourself. Go to the gym, even if it's just 15 minutes, at least it's something, doing some meditation. So it keeps coming at me. So I think I'm going to start listening. And just whether I have to wake up early, even 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, just to do some me time in the morning, I think that's really going to help with all the growth and everything that's happening. Yes. And that's it. That's all I got for you today. I'm going to go spend some time with my kids and read them some stories and cuddle and do all the things. And remember, turmeric, the capsules are out now too in the US cart, which are awesome. Like, inflammation is so good. Speaking of inflammation, I did something crazy this morning. I did cryotherapy, which is basically you go into a freezer that's minus 110 for 3 minutes, and you basically walk in there, and it's good for inflammation, and like it's helped with rheumatoid arthritis. And speaking to this woman in there, and she goes like 10 sessions at a time. It's crazy. And I was talking about turmeric and the capsules, and how the capsules have the oil and the powder in it, and it's like crazy technology that they've come up with. But some people aren't ready for it, and that's okay. If she wants to go stand in a freezer for 3 minutes several times a day, then that's her choice, and good for her. She's doing something to make herself feel better. But I think this is easier. It's less painful, way cheaper, and you don't have to be cold, because holy smokes, if you've never felt that kind of cold, 110 degrees, negative 110 degrees, you'd walk into a freezer that was like minus 12, and you're like, whew. And then you went into another freezer that was like minus like 62, and you're like, oh crap. And then you go into the minus 110, and they actually like play music, and you're sitting in them and you're jamming. They actually were playing Journey, Don't Stop Believin', and we look ridiculous. We're wearing a mask and like a headband and these little red mitts and these like aqua shoes. We looked very silly. And we're just walking around like in a circle in this little like tiny little freezer and singing, and like she's talking us through it and telling us like how it's gonna like start hurting in a minute. And yeah, it exactly started hurting in a minute, like pins and needles. And then the last minute is like probably the hardest, and then they count down 30 seconds, and then you walk out, and then you can't it's like pins and needles. But did I feel any better? I felt better when I went back to the hot tub, and I felt better when I was warm again, and I felt better because I did it. I was scared, but I did it anyways, and that speaks a lot, because I wanted to do it just to experience it, and I liked it, and I probably will never do it again unless I have rheumatoid arthritis one day and I really need to, or a sports injury, then maybe I will. But for now, I think I'm going to stick to turmeric and my pain protocol, because it works, and it's a lot more fun and cheaper, and I don't have to stand in a freezer. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Happy Sunday, and we'll see you tomorrow.